You guys, welcome back to the most special episode of the Pink Print podcast to date. Gio just had to lower my voice in her headphones because I am just gleaming. Is that a word? Gleaming with joy. I'm going to say it. It's a word.
Yeah, you were like the most special episode, and then you said to date, and I was like, yes. Because,
to date.
You know.
There's going to be lots more. It's going to be more special when, I'm kidding. When this happens to me. No. Okay, everybody. Gio? Do the honors.
So I'm engaged now. Ooh.
Clap noise.
Insert clap noise right now.
Insert clap noise right now. I know everybody has
to our editing team, which is watching us right now, right?
To our editing team, us.
Us.
So we have, I'm sure you have so many questions. Did I know? I know that's your number one question. No, I didn't fucking know, Ricky.
He did not tell you.
Like, literally.
He didn't tell any of our friends.
I am not just an ordinary.
So instead of doing a whole episode, I posted a TikTok. See the story there. Bye.
No, we're going to get juicy. We're going to get down to business here. And we need to tell them the backstory.
What backstory?
I'm going to take you back all the way to the last week of March.
Okay. No. What?
The second last week of March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean, when I was on my trip?
No, before your trip. Right before your trip.
Okay, sure. Mid-March, you guys.
Okay. I don't know how it's already mid-April. Anyway, mid-March, picture this. We're picking up Luigi from the groomers.
Oh, yeah.
Luigi's obviously Gio's dog, or she doesn't want to call him a dog, probably. Her son.
My baby. And
we're in the car, and I'm like, so Gio, like, you told me you wanted to be engaged before you're 25. She goes, stop right there. I want to be engaged before my 4-year anniversary with my boyfriend.
Which is now in April. Next week. A week from today.
Yeah. And I'm in the car like, idiot. She's not getting engaged by then. I'm like, really interesting. That's like so soon. I don't know if your boyfriend is going to have a ring by then, just so you know. And I'm like, do you want me to like tell him? She goes, no, I tell him every day.
I was like, I give him enough reminders.
Yeah. I'm like, okay. And in my head, I'm like, man, this guy really better get on it. Like, I don't know how long it takes to get a ring, but like, this is super soon.
I think that we both, like, I didn't think he would prepare for this.
What do you mean?
Like, I just.
Well, he did prepare.
No, he did. But like, I didn't, like you were just saying, like, did he prepare? Like, he has no time. Like, what is he doing?
Yeah.
It really seemed like he was doing nothing. like we did not suspect it at all. Yeah. Is my point.
Yeah.
I don't think we saw it coming. Because both me and Kathy got engaged to him.
Yeah. Pretty much. Till death do us part. So we're having this conversation in the car, and I'm just like, I don't know, this bitch is crazy. She's not getting engaged. Then.
It's called manifesting, baby.
Yeah. Next week, she goes to Aspen, and I'm going to let her take it from here.
So, okay, so this is my engagement story, you guys. So I go to Aspen, and we go pretty much every year, whatever, to go ski. So we go with my family, and like backstory, like I was like, Ricky, do you want to like come with me? Like once we decided, because we always decide super last minute the trips, and he was like, yeah, like I'm down, whatever, you know.
But he's been with you before.
He's been with me before, but he also wasn't like, oh my God, yes, like I so want to go to Aspen, like, you know, like as if he had planned this. Mm-hmm. So he's like, yeah, I'll go, whatever. So we go. So it's my mom, my siblings, me and Ricky. And we go, we get there Saturday. And then we start skiing on Sunday. Monday we're skiing. And then Tuesday we want to take a break. And then he was like, let's not go skiing. And I was like, I'm down. Let's not go skiing. I'm down to walk around today because also skiing like gets really tiring to me. And then he's like, no, let's go skiing. And I was like, no, now I put in my head that we're not skiing. So let's not ski, whatever. And then that day we're like just chilling. And then, you know, we're walking around, we're shopping and just like having a nice day in Aspen, like eating lunch. We went to Clark's. And then he goes, okay, let's go get a coffee. I mean, yeah, because Aspen is actually like minuscule. So it's like, how many times can you walk around the same few blocks? Let's go somewhere and get a coffee. My mom's like, yeah, we'll meet you. We're like, okay, let's go to the St. Regis Hotel. Let's go to the lobby there and let's get a coffee there. My mom's like, great. And then we go take the shopping bags back to the hotel with your siblings and then we'll meet you there. Beautiful. Cool. Me and Ricky get there and he orders like a little espresso and I'm starting to look at the menu. I'm like, I want to order s'mores. I want to like stay there for a little bit, like get like fries, s'mores and food and eat. And then he's like, no, I don't want food. I'm like, no, well, let's wait for my mom and then we'll order some stuff. Then my mom texts me in the group chat and she's like, actually, we came to the Hotel Jerome. We wanted to do something different. And I was like, what do you mean you went to the Hotel Jerome? You knew we were here. Why wouldn't you? This is me being annoying. Why, like, you know, in my head, I'm like, why? We were going to meet here. Like, why would you go somewhere else? She goes, and I was like, well, we're ordering food here. We hadn't yet, but I said that so she would come. And she's like, oopsies. Well, your brother already ordered a sandwich, so we can't leave here. And I was like, so annoying. But anyways, he's like, Gio, don't order anything. Like, let's just go meet with your mom. At this point, I'm still like, yeah, like this is just like how everyone, like, whatever, sort of is. So I didn't think anything of it. And then we start to leave the hotel, and the St. Regis, now that I think about it, he was like, let's walk this way. And I was like, no, let's exit this way. Every little like time he wanted to take me somewhere, I'm like, no. And then it's a straight line from the St. Regis to the Hotel Jerome, and there's like a park in the middle. And he's like, let's go here to the left to see the dogs. And I'm like, why? Like, why? You can walk straight and you can still see the dogs looking to the left. Why do we need to turn left? And he's like, no, let's just go this way. I want to like go see the dogs. And I was like, this is, in my head, I'm like, this is stupid. Like, it's literally, like, it's down the street. But I was like, okay, whatever. But it was cold, so I was still sort of annoyed because I was like, wait, Ricky, I really don't understand. Why do you want to see these dogs? Like, why do we need to walk this way? He's like, I've never seen the side of Aspen. I'm like, there's nothing here. Why do you want to see these streets? Like, there's nothing. Like, that's it. And I was like, and I'm cold. And I was walking like ahead of him because I was like cold. I was like, I just wanted to get there already. And he's like, Gio, like, can you just walk with me? Like, are you for real? Like, just walk next to me, walk with me. And I was like, no, like, why? And he's like, come, let's go this way. And I was like, why? What are you going to propose? Because I knew he was going to say no. So I was like, then fucking come with me and walk this way because I'm fucking cold. And he was like, Gio, oh my God, like, just can you walk me, trust your gut? And I was like, okay, I'm being so difficult right now. So I was like, let me just go with the flow. Clearly I have a little bit of a hard time doing that when I'm not in control of the flow. And I was like, okay, fine. The poor guy, the day he does decide to propose, like, I'm so difficult. I'm not going with his plan. So then I was like, okay, whatever. Obviously he's not, but let me just keep walking. And then I was like, is he though? Maybe. And then we saw like a cute little park, and she's yawning at my story. It's so boring.
We're both a little sick right now.
A little bit. And then we see this park, and I was like, is he going to propose? But I didn't see anything there. No flowers, nothing. So I was like, maybe not. We'll just go to the park and have a cute time together. So like we're walking over the snow. I'm like in my boots. I'm like, Ricky, the snow's not working for me, whatever. And then there's like a gazebo in the middle, and then we get there, and then he comes in to like give me a kiss, and then he like gives me the kiss, and then I feel him like, you know, I say shake, but like, I don't know, I guess now like getting like a little like nervous. And then I was like, this is odd. Mm-hmm. And then he started to open up his coat, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, is he reaching in for a ring? And I was like, oh my God. I was like, what's going to come out? I was like, what? And then he takes out the ring, and then he's like, Gio. And I was like, oh my God, is this happening? I was like, is this for real? And then he starts to tell me, like, you know, confess his whole love and stuff. And he starts to like cry a little bit, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I just like couldn't believe it was actually happening. And then he gets on one knee, and then I'm crying, and then he's crying, and then I said yes, but I was like, are you for real? I'm like, is this a joke? Like, are
Why
you
would
joking?
it be a joke?
No, because I'm not that it's a joke, but it's just like you talk about it so much, and I'm so annoyed that, like I said, I would like pester him with it every day. So like when it actually happens, you're like, is this for real? Like, not even maybe I'm asking him, but like I'm asking myself, like, is this for real? Like, oh my God. And then I was like, are you joking? Obviously I knew he wasn't joking. And then I was like, oh my God, like I'm going to throw up. I was like so overwhelmed with emotion that I was like, oh my God, I'm going to throw up because it's just so crazy. Because in that moment I was like, yes, of course. And then we were super happy. But it's just like, to me, it was so much. I was like, holy shit, what you like ask for finally has come. And I'm like, okay, now this is super legitimate. Like now we're getting married.
Right. I mean, yeah.
Like for the rest of my life.
Yeah. So
you know
what happened next?
So then he's like, oh my God, we have a photographer here. And I was like, what? And I'm thinking like, when did you plan all of this? Like, what the hell is happening? Also, because I'm like, does my family know? Like, what? Like, when did you get the ring? I had no idea. Like, in my head, I'm just like, when did you do all of this? Mm-hmm. So he's like, there's a photographer here. And then I was like, what? And then she like waved over, and she's like, okay. And we had like 30 minutes with her, which was perfect. And I was like crying. I so did not want to take pictures. I wasn't in the mood. So then I mean, I just wiped it off because we had her and I wanted some, but we took really, really, really pretty pictures.
The pictures are beautiful.
They were really nice because it was in the snow and it was the perfect timing of the snow. I want to make a little like photo album of the pictures now because they're really nice. I should print one out too. But anyways, so we take the pictures and he's like, actually, like, let's go to the hotel room because your mom is actually there. And now that we have the photographer for a little bit, we can take some pictures with her. So we get to hotel room and he's like sort of looking around. We took some pictures in the lobby and then he's like looking for her and I'm like, relax, like it's my mother, like we're gonna find her, like chill, you know. And then he calls and he's like, where are you guys? And I'm like, oh my god, what's the rush over here to meet up with my mother? Because he's like, oh yeah, because we have the photographer like for a little bit more. And then he's like, I have one more surprise for you. And I was like, what? And then I was like, I don't know, like did he like what, who's here? And then we go to the J bar and they open the door and then I see like my whole family. I see obviously my mom and my siblings. I see my dad. He flew out from California with my little sister. And then I see his mom, his sisters, and his grandma. So it was like immediate family, but they were all there. And then obviously I started crying all over again. I think that even, I don't know if he cried, but I think he also got a little teary-eyed. And I just like couldn't believe that like he planned all of this.
Yeah, I know.
And everyone flew out there and I had no idea that everyone was going to Aspen. Aspen's not an easy place to get to. And everyone was there. And then we stayed at the bar for a little bit. And then they had dinner reserved at Casa Tua after, like for all of us. And so it was super, super nice. It was exactly like what I could have wanted. It was like perfect. Because I always said I would want at least to celebrate with my family after. If I can have a full-blown engagement party, I would want at least my family, and it was. And it was in Aspen, which is a place that like I love so much. I go so often. I feel so like connected to. And it was cute. It was intimate. It was small. It was really, really nice. And like now looking back at the moment when he proposed, like there were so many emotions, and I was so happy that I wish I could go back and feel them all over again. Because now it's like, okay, now we're engaged, which is amazing. I'm still so happy. But like just that moment is really nice. It was really, really special. And I wish I could go back. And I told him that after the few days. I was like, oh, I wish now I wasn't freaking out and I could go back and feel those feelings all over again.
Well, you weren't freaking out.
No, but it's just like, like you're like, oh my God, what's happening? And like, it's happening so fast. And like, you're like, wait. And then you're like, let's go see my mom and the photographer. And then when you see like the moments, they just, I know. You know, those special moments in life, they go by just so fast.
I know. So we have to be present.
No, really. And then when you see in the blink of an eye, it's like, okay, we're at dinner. And even though dinner was beautiful, like that moment's gone when he proposed. You know what I mean? Just in my memories now. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's just like it was really nice.
Yeah. Okay. So now looking back at it.
Yeah.
Like, were you expecting him to propose?
No.
At all?
No.
Okay.
So he told me that he got the ring in January. And you're out here, you're like, he's not getting a ring by April, but he got the ring in January. He didn't tell anyone when he got it.
When did he tell like his family and your family?
So he told his family like the third week of February. Okay. Which was maybe 3 weeks before our trip. And he told his mom, his sisters, and his grandma. And they did not say anything to me, obviously. They were not acting anything, you know, weird with me. I saw them a few times, but nothing. And then we actually did go. So for Valentine's Day weekend, we went to California to visit my dad. And we left on Valentine's Day. And he tells me, he's like, you were complaining that I didn't get you any flowers or any chocolates because we literally left that day. And he's like, why am I going to get you flowers? Or they're going to die if we're going on a trip. Yeah. And I'm like, but you could have gotten me something. And he's like, little did you know that literally that week was the week when the ring was ready for pickup. And I just like purchased a super expensive ring. Yeah. And you're like bitching at me that I didn't get you a Valentine's gift. And I'm like, oh, you could have got me a little something. But anyways. And then he said he was going to ask my dad then, but we were together the whole time, so it didn't really work. So he called my dad like a week after or two and asked him to go to Aspen. Thank God my dad went because I think that was really, really nice that he went.
Yeah, of course.
Especially considering we don't live together. And it was a special moment. It only happens once, so I'm really happy that he was there. And so then he told his family a week after we got back from that trip. So third week of February. And then he told my dad over the phone and asked him to go. And then he told my mom only a week before we left.
Why? Probably because your mom talks to you the most.
I think also because well, number one, it's also like finding a moment alone with my mom.
Yeah.
And she's so busy, and then obviously like he has his things, and like what's he gonna do? He was like, I was gonna drive to your mom's house, but then like I have him on Find My Friends.
Yeah.
And then he was like, I don't want you to see that I'm there and think it's weird, or I was gonna ask her to come to the office, but still like it didn't align. So then he asked her, what actually really funny, because he texted her to play tennis like that week before, and she replied to me.
I remember that.
She replied to me. It was like
I remember you being like, why are you
mistake.
telling me yes to tennis or
and
something?
she was like, hi Ricky, or hi something, like, yeah, sure, we can play tennis. And I thought it was a little weird, just because I have a group chat with Ricky and my mom, and I usually they talk about the tennis there, because not that I go all the time, but like sometimes I could go and like sit on the bench, or I don't.
Yeah.
And then I was like, he texted her direct, and she answered me. And then I was like, Mommy, you should answer him.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh yeah, your mom didn't answer. And I was like, oh, well.
I remember. No,
You know.
and you even told your mom, and she was like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, she was like so dismissive about it. She was like, whatever. And then he didn't even seem freaked out though that she like canceled it, now looking back, that he was going to tell her that. And then she did eventually answer, and then they scheduled to play tennis on Saturday, and then day of she canceled on him.
Oh no.
And then I guess they rescheduled for Sunday, and then they did play Sunday. Thank God, because knowing my mom and her schedule, like I'm surprised they even like actually were able to do it.
Yeah.
And then that was the day that he told her, and I saw them all that day after.
So crazy.
It was a beautiful lunch day after, but I didn't think anything of it. So that's when he told my mom, and then my siblings. That day that he proposed was the day my mom told them, because we all know I think my sister would have ruined it.
Yeah.
And then like that morning, I remember she was like, I need to speak to your sister. Like, she can't be behaving this way. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. She has an attitude. So I was just sure she was going to tell her something. And then she's like, I'm going to go upstairs and talk to her. And she told me that was a moment when she spoke to the both of them and was like, oh, Ricky's going to propose today. Da, da, da. So everyone knew that whole day.
Were they like so surprised?
I have no idea. Like, she says my sister was super happy. My brother was like happy, but my brother was like,
cool,
like,
yeah.
He's just like,
he's
okay.
like, oh, cool.
Yeah. He's like, okay, cool. I think they were happy. And then when we walked into the bar after he proposed, like my sister cried, which to me is like, I was like, I cannot believe she cried.
Yeah, she's like not a crier.
And I think she was really happy. And then later that afternoon, she was back to her personality. But I think
she's back to her roots.
Exactly. But
she's like, fuck you, bitch.
It was literally. So I think it was really nice that everyone, was happy. Of course, they were
Obviously.
happy. And then I told my family, to my friends. Kathy's reaction was the most amazing reaction.
Let's show them on camera right now, but tell them while I get the photo.
No, so I called her. Actually, Kathy's the only fucking friend that answered my fucking FaceTime.
Wait, I want to say what happened.
You have to.
So
because you're the only one who still answered.
So I was on a group FaceTime with my like 3 best friends from college that like we never ever get to group FaceTime together. Like I live in Miami, Jackie lives in New York, Caroline lives in Boston, Marissa lives in Chicago. So we somehow get on a group FaceTime and we're all talking and we were like having so much fun. And then Gio starts calling me. But I had called her earlier about something for work that I was like super stressed about. So then she starts calling me and I'm like, it's kind of weird that she's calling me, because when she's on, same with me, like when I'm on vacay, like I'm so removed from work and so are you. So I was like, why is she calling me? Like, did I do something wrong for work? Like, I don't know, because you just would never call me while you're on vacation. And I'm like, this is so weird.
I mean, we talk, we're friends.
No, I know, but like, you know what I mean? Like, we try to both like unplug and be with whoever we're with on vacay. So I was like, this is a little weird that she's calling me. So I'm like on group FaceTime with my friends who I never talk to. I'm like, guys, like, give me 1 second. Like, I'm like, my boss is calling me. She is my boss pretty much. So I hang up on them and I answer her and I'm like, hey, and it's WhatsApp video. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I'm like crying again. And she literally, it's just like her, like with her ring, I'm going to show you right now. And she just shows me and I was astonished. This is like when I answered, oh, it's a little weird. This is how she answered the FaceTime. And like, you can't see, but I'm crying in the corner. But this was my reaction. She screenshot and sent it to me after.
It was so funny. It was so good.
Literally,
it took her like a good 3 seconds.
I had no fucking idea.
And she was like, oh my God.
I was freaking out. And I was like, thank God I answered this damn FaceTime. But
and then she started crying, which was really cute.
Hysterically. I was just like, I
Why
think
were
I
you-
like
I
went
don't know if
into
I'm gonna
shock.
cry on yours.
It's okay. You don't have to, but
I just
like,
don't know, like in the moment.
I mean, yeah, I was in so much shock that like I think I just started crying because I was so excited and happy. I'm taking a deep breath. And I don't know. I was just really excited, but...
Well, your reaction was the most genuine. It was the best reaction. And I'm so happy you answered me on the spot because everybody else, all my other friends, I'm like, guys, I think Luigi wants to come in.
He's like, my mom's a fiance.
Okay, buddy. So all my friends, I do like a WhatsApp group FaceTime call like to everyone, which probably confused everybody. And then nobody answers. So then, here, buddy, hold up.
The group FaceTime is tough here.
Oh, there we go. All right, he's on Mama's lap. So the group FaceTime, and then none of my friends are answering, and then they start to text, and like one of my friends is like, I'm at dinner. The other one's like,
You're like,
I'm in
bitch.
class. I'm like, what? And then I send a picture, like with my sister, like a selfie with the ring. It wasn't a great picture. So I think it also took them another minute to be like, what the fuck is this picture, you know? And then one of my friends answered, and she's like, oh my God. And then the other one's like, oh my God. And then they started to call back. And then they were like, oh my God. Because in the moment they were all busy and they were like, oh, we had no idea like why you were calling.
Yeah.
And I'm like, call me. And they were like, what are you going to like say some juicy gossip or something? I was like, I mean, it is.
You're
but
like, yes.
Yes, but even better. And then finally, like, you know, everyone called me back and then I spoke to them. But my family too. Like I called my grandma a million times. You know, they were with whatever guests and people, so they didn't answer. And my cousins and my aunt. So everyone took a minute to answer. So Kathy was the only one who picked up on the first try. Boom.
Boom. Roasted.
Boom.
No, I'm kidding.
Boom roasted.
Okay, so now let's get into the logistics of things.
Oh my God.
Looking back, I know I asked you this, but let's elaborate. Because we were saying like, okay, you are like hysterically crying usually when you get proposed to, hopefully. And you had a photographer there. And like in the moment, you're probably like, wait, I don't want to take a picture. Like, I don't know what's going on. But like you thought having a photographer in that moment was worth it.
100%. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
like, you can always have an engagement photo shoot after.
I think that's what people do. I think people do an engagement.
People like do both.
I'm like figuring this out still. I don't know what people do now with the wedding planning, but I think people do because there's no way, at least for me, that I'm like, all right, model mode. Like, let me fucking get into these sick poses. Like, people take photo shoots.
Sick poses.
No, but people like get in a convertible car and like the fucking fiance is like in the wind and like her fiance is driving the car. You know what I mean? Like you're not doing that in the moment when it happens. I don't think so. Maybe some people. I wasn't doing that. I was still like so like overwhelmed that I didn't really want to take the pictures, but of course like she was there and I was like happy to. Mm-hmm. And to me, it's just so worth it to have these professional pictures like of him on his knee. Yeah. Like the pictures were just so nice. And then I can remember that moment of us hugging each other. So to me, it's just so special to have that actual moment captured. And I think a professional photographer is a professional. So they capture it so well. Mm-hmm. Like I think that if like his sister was hiding in the bushes and took pictures with her iPhone or a video, sure, like of course it captures a moment, but like I think it's so much nicer just.
Yeah. So will you do an engagement photo shoot also?
I don't know. I haven't thought about that. Okay. So now that I'm a fiance, there's a lot to think about. Mm-hmm. And I'm taking it one step at a time. First, I'm planning the engagement party and then we'll go from there. I have no idea any other details. I mean, I could. I just have to plan like where. It's just like more planning, like what to wear and where do we do them and everything.
And what about the engagement party? Like what are the steps for this engagement party?
So I did it pretty fast because it's only been 2 weeks. Tomorrow will be 2 weeks since I've been engaged. And our 4-year anniversary. See, he did it before the 4-year anniversary.
Yeah, like wow.
I know, he really listened. He's a great listener. I'm so excited for our future.
You're a great talker.
I'm a great talker. So our anniversary is on Monday the 15th. So I was like, you know what? like one else to do an engagement party then on our weekend of our 4-year anniversary, which is perfect, because if not, then more time goes by and our schedules get complicated and then we travel and this and that and whatever. So I set on this date, which gave me 2 weeks to plan, which was a little stressful, but also I decided that I want to do something very intimate and chill, really to celebrate with all of our friends and some family, because not even all of my family is coming, because it's just impossible to get my dad again from California to come here, my family from Brazil, my grandparents in Uruguay. Like, it's just not happening. I would love to have everybody there, but it's more of like actually just have like our engagement party, you know? And I'm doing it at my mom's house. I wanted it to be chill. Also because like if you start to find a venue to do an engagement party, like if you want to do it, by all means go, but then it's like I feel like I'm planning another wedding. Yeah. Because it's like, oh, so what's the decor and what are the vibes? And like I want it to look pretty. And then I'm going through all this and the food.
I mean, you're doing that though, just at a house.
I'm doing all those things on a much smaller scale, but I'm like, I can't imagine if I wanted to take this like to the next level and do it somewhere else. Like, it's just, I need an event planner for this too, besides the wedding. So I was like, this is still like a lot, because I'm just getting every little detail from the caterer to the drinks to the bar to the ladies who are helping to the flowers, whatever. But at least it's in my mom's house, so it's still like chill. Yeah.
And so now we have to plan bachelorette.
Oh my God.
Bridal shower.
See, like, this is so much.
And wedding.
This is so much. The wedding is the most, obviously. I have no idea where I want to get married.
Tell us the options.
Okay, so I'm in between Uruguay, obviously, like Punta del Este, which is where I go for New Year's. If you guys haven't listened to that episode where we talked about our New Year's, we talk about that. So Punta, because that's obviously, you know, I go there every year. My family lives there, yada, yada. But the issue with that is that it's pretty far and pretty costly. I still think that all of our friends, most of the close ones, will definitely go. But still, it's something to consider. Then Mexico, because my fiance is from Mexico. I don't know where in Mexico. Mexico is so big. There's so many options. So we were like, oh, talking about Cabo, San Miguel de Allende. I don't know. There's so many places. Yeah. So even if I were to decide Mexico, like, I don't know where. So I'm looking. And then like another part of me is like Italy. I want to go to Italy and I want to have a beautiful wedding somewhere there, like in Tuscany or in a villa, because I think that's so gorgeous. And I've seen so many pictures and videos of parties and weddings there, and I'm like, that just seems like a dream. So I have no idea. I haven't really decided yet. I asked for a sign.
We got a sign.
I got a sign. My sign was Italy. Okay, that's what the response was.
Her fiance doesn't believe it was a real sign.
He was just like, how do you know that was a real sign? And I'm like, because I asked for it and God gave me a sign. Yeah. So we're still deciding, but I need to decide somewhat soon. But also part of me wants to just like chill the fuck out, you know?
Yeah, I think that's the issue. It's like, but also like you want to get it done quickly yourself. So I feel you've been really on top of it. I don't know.
You think I've been on top of it?
I mean, you already planned an engagement party. There's only 3 more steps.
Listen, we're very efficient.
We also have been looking at Airbnbs for the bachelorette already.
Yeah, once I finalize, like I think once I finalize the place, I'll get to it. I just right now maybe feel a little overwhelmed because since I don't know the place, I can't really get started with anything else. Yeah. I can't get a wedding planner. I can't see what kind of vibe for decor I want. I can't even start to even really look at dresses because I don't know where the fuck I'm getting married.
We need to go to New York.
100%.
When are we gonna go?
I don't know. I was texting my aunt this morning. She's like, you should go to New York. And I was like, don't worry, baby. I know.
And like a little Cipriani lunch.
Oh, spend a little weekend there.
Like, we're just...
Like, do I need to make appointments for these places?
Yeah.
Are they going to give me an appointment?
Yeah, but like, I think we should figure out when we want to go.
Oh my God. See, this is like a lot.
I know.
And then it's like, I need to go visit the wedding venue wherever I decide to go get married. I mean...
Wait, I'm like, would you get married in New York?
No.
Okay.
That seems like a lot.
That would be cool for you, I feel like.
You think so?
In like a library.
Who got married there? Kevin Love?
Kevin Love. That was...
Okay, well, the pictures were sick.
That is the coolest... I think that's the coolest wedding
the pictures were really, really cool.
Like, if I could replicate it, it like
the vibes, like when they were outside, what was it, the St. Regis or something? They took pictures outside of a hotel, like close to Fifth Avenue. Yeah. It was black and white. Their outfits,
like black tie, like
it was really nice. Ricky wants to do black tie.
Yeah, but I know, but like a celebrity black tie wedding is different because they show up in like custom Dior.
Yeah. No, yeah, that wedding was sick. Yeah, he loved that wedding, But New York is, I don't know.
Actually, I feel like Ricky doesn't like New York that much.
He loves New York.
Okay, never mind. Take it back.
He loves New York. I just don't know.
Also central for like the out of country people to get to, but
it's a pretty easy place
but
to get to.
You don't want it in the States. I know you don't.
I would like to not have it in the States.
I'm kind of here.
I'm an international gal.
I'm here for it all, but I just feel like the Mexico vibes would be really fun with a Mexican family.
Oh yeah, and his family's like the typical Mexican family, like very fun, very loud, very energetic, which is very exciting for a wedding.
Yeah.
Like I think Mexico wedding would be very fun. Like at the end of the night, they're passing around quesadillas.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like that's very fun. It's different. And it's obviously on brand because he's Mexican.
And then where do you want your honeymoon?
I need it to be on a beach somewhere.
Yeah, naturally. Well, do you want to talk about your wedding dates or not really?
What about them?
Like
that I did an astrology session to see my dates?
Yeah.
Of course.
Let's talk about that.
Bitch, I fucking did an astrology session fucking 5 days after I got engaged. I was like, I need to speak to you and I need to see when the fuck I'm getting married.
So let's talk about that process.
Okay, so I made an appointment with her.
No, not that fucking like what constitutes a good from a bad date?
Well, what she did for me at least is that she looked in general. She's like, when do you want to get married? So I told her I want to get married spring. Luigi looks so cute.
Like we're literally like looking at each other, looking at him, looking at each other.
So I said I want to get married sometime in spring 2025. I know that's like sort of like
that's like literally in one literal year.
Because my mom is like, you really once you do it, like you plan it in a month. She's like the actual wedding planning.
Maybe she planned it in a month. She's like a firecracker.
I got married in Fisher Island. It came out in the magazine and I planned it in a month. And I'm like, that's great. That was also 1999. Okay, so like literally. But I mean, I believe it though. Like the planning does not need to take that long. Like you know. Yes, no, I like this, I don't like this, you know? But so that's why I'm just like, I don't know, like why wait longer? I think a year is a good time. I don't need to be engaged for 2 years.
No, I think it's fine. I just think the only issue is like you need to like literally contact the venue right now.
That's why, you know, and then everyone's like, you need
to
send the save the date if it's a travel.
That I'm less worried about. The only thing I would say is like, will the venue be available?
You know, the stars will align and everything will be fine.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I have certainty that.
But I'm saying like, fuck the save the date. Like people will figure it out.
Also, I literally looked for flights because I've decided it's going to be around May. And literally flights will not even pop up for me.
Really?
Yes.
That's kind of shocking.
I looked on American Airlines and Google Flights and nothing will come up for past March 2025.
Oh, interesting.
So even if I did send the save the date, like no one can buy a ticket now.
Okay. Yeah. No one would buy a ticket a year in advance.
No, but I mean, if they really wanted to plan in advance and get a good deal, like it's literally not available to you from what I saw. You're still gonna have to wait a little bit. So anyways, I told her I want to get married around spring 2025. And then she looked in general at like, well, because we, you know, the stars, astrology, you have different energies like of each month. So she generally looked at like what's going to be happening. So she was like, there's a huge retrograde in March of next year. I would advise you not get married during this time because there's like those natural things. Like right now there's Mercury retrograde. Right now
kicking my ass.
Not a good time to, you know, sign contracts or this or that, whatever, like generally speaking, right? So if those things are already going to be happening, she already looked at it and was like, let's avoid these dates. And then So she looked at that, like generally what was like a better, I guess, higher energy when these things were not happening. And then she looked at it in comparison, like with our charts, specifically how the stars are going to be next year align with ours, with our specific charts.
Yeah.
And then we settled on a few dates. I wrote down a lot of them. And so she basically said like, try to do it after March, April. And then she said May had really good dates and she specifically gave me like the days.
Or in February.
There were some dates in January, February. So I was thinking maybe I could do my civil then.
Yeah. True.
And
I'm like, what is that?
No, like,
no, I know
like my actual courthouse marriage. I could do my civil on those dates. And then the actual wedding ceremony could be in May. She gave me some dates in June too. I honestly didn't look beyond that. I could, and I can get the best dates in the other months too. But since I was set on spring, that's why she only gave me those dates.
Yeah.
You know? So that's how it works.
So we're having a spring wedding, ladies and gents.
I know. And then my dad was like, what's the rush? And I'm like, I'm not rushing, but like, I mean,
you're excited.
I just also like, if I say spring 2026,
yeah, it's like
like
so far.
It's so far, and it's just gonna be in the back of my mind, like, oh, I need a plan. It's coming up, but it's not. But I need a plan, and then like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's how I think.
I mean, you can get it done, like, you know.
Yeah, unless I push it to like September.
All right, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We're good with May.
Do you like May?
I love May.
So now my friends, remember when I told you that I went to New York for their engagement party? They want to get married in May.
So just don't have the same date.
I know, exactly.
Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, I have specific dates.
Yeah. Be like, I took the astrology session, so you can't take these.
It'll be a really fun, eventful month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, anything else? Like, how did you know this is the person you're supposed to marry?
I
we will wait and see. No, I'm kidding.
Not wait and see. I just think that also, I think that we both, like, throughout of our relationship, I think have been really just committed to each other. And I think that we are both just always committed to getting better together and working. Like, if we have an issue, I think we both really do work on ourselves to get better. And I think that as long as we keep doing that, like, we'll be a very strong couple for eternity.
Yeah.
Because we're always willing and wanting to figure it out, to make it work, because we want to be together. And I think that as long as you have that, then everything will be fine. Because I don't think everything is always happy and dandy and you're like, oh my God, I'm in love with you all the time. And of course I'm in love with you, Ricky. But I just mean you're not always head over heels every single day. Yeah. It's a relationship. Are you like that with your mom and your dad? No. Are you like that with your siblings all the time? No. Like, it's just not realistic to always be super happy with every single person. But as long as I think you always, like, you want to be together, then you're always going to work and try your best to be together. And that's what, like, will hold us together. I think that's one thing that we have. And I think that we'll always do.
I love that.
Yeah.
What a beautiful answer.
Did you like that answer?
I loved that answer. I think it's great.
Yeah. So anyways, that's it.
Nothing else?
No, I don't know. Do you have any other questions?
Well, first of all, I just want to say, I feel like even if you are surprised that you're getting engaged, like, when you like start to like walk somewhere, like, you like know you're about to get proposed to.
I was like, is this happening or is this not happening? But then I was like, I don't know. There was nothing set up. And then I thought that there would be flowers or something, but there was nothing. So I didn't really know. I thought, obviously it did pop in my head, like, in that moment. I was like, could this be the time he's proposing? But then I was like, still a little skeptical.
I also love that, like, I don't know. I think I'm going to be a little bit different. So everybody that's friends and family with me, watch out. But like, I want to like be in a certain outfit. I feel like you would not fucking care. But
well, I was not in a certain outfit.
Yeah, I know. Like, not a certain outfit, but like, well, also you were in the cold. So like, really, what could you possibly have been wearing? But
yeah, I was in the cold. I mean, I was wearing a cute outfit, but
yeah, you were.
All you literally see is my coat, my jeans, and like my boots. If you want to be in a certain outfit, though, your future fiance is gonna have to. Not
a certain outfit, but I want to make sure I look cute.
Like, yeah, but they're gonna have to do it like, oh, we have an event to go to, we have a dinner to go to, like, get ready.
Actually, I don't know why I care. I don't really care.
But they can spin it in a way that it's like, oh, we have something to do, like, oh, it's some guy's from work's birthday. You need to get. Now I'm fucking ruining a good idea here. But it's like, it's his birthday and we're going to this beach place, like, whatever, like, just get ready to wear this dress kind of thing, you know?
I'm just like,
and you think nothing of it.
How,
and you're like,
how am I going to be surprised?
Because you're not going to expect it.
But like, I'm always going to expect it now.
No, you're not. Like, you're like, when's this happening?
No, just kidding. Wait, also, do you think it was beneficial to live with your partner for 2 years?
100%. I don't think I'd be able to marry someone if I haven't lived with them yet. Obviously, everybody has different takes on this, and a lot of people move in after they're married, or after they're engaged.
Especially for like Latin culture.
Yes, a lot of people stay living at home until they are married. But to me, you're living with this person. I think that me and Ricky have learned so much about each other, and like how we've spoken in different episodes, like these little triggers that like make me mad and him mad, and all, like these little things of just life, which is the day to day.
Yeah.
I think that for the last almost 2 years that we've been living together has made us stronger too, because again, we've chosen to work and get better on it rather than just being like, oh my God, I'm so annoyed with you. Like, I can't stand you. I'm done. Well, we never had that thought, but do you know what I mean? I think that practice also has made us stronger.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, of course I can marry you because I've been living with you. I know how you are. We've, you know what I mean? Like nothing phases us. And so now we're like ready for anything, which is what marriage will be, you know? Like it's only going to get more, I don't want to say complicated, but more complex.
Yeah.
With in the future kids and this and that and just, you know.
Yeah. Well, your ring is insane. Can you at least show the viewers an up close?
I'm like, let me look at it first.
Yeah.
And up close, should I show my camera? I'm going to get in the middle of Kathy's camera.
It's okay.
So it's right here.
It's literally so beautiful.
Kisses
to my bitches. Now your ass in my camera.
It's okay. That's also really nice too.
So then I asked Gio, I'm like, oh, are you going to make boxes for your bridesmaids? She's like, oh, do I have to do that? And then she goes, well, I already have ideas for that. I'm like, so what the fuck are you talking about?
I was like, do I need to do these bridesmaids proposals?
And then she goes, I already have ideas. I'm like, so you know that you want to do that?
Because literally the day I got proposed to, I could not sleep. I slept for 2 hours. I could not sleep. It was just so much.
I was up at like 5 a.m. Miami time and she was texting me.
Yeah, I literally slept from 12 to 2:30. I couldn't sleep.
Loca.
And then I was like looking at wedding venues and I was looking at all these wedding things and TikTok and this and whatever. And then I saw the bridesmaids like proposal boxes. So I got ideas of like what I would put inside. Putting inside is like not hard.
No.
Just find like cute stuff, you know? But then I like, you know, want to make the boxes look cute, not cheap, you know?
And she goes, do you want to know what's inside of it? I go, well, I hope I'm getting a box. So
those are the moments where I'm like, oh, I have to do this alone. I wish I could plan it with somebody. Maybe my mom. Oh, maybe my mom.
Yeah, I think your mom.
Or something like that.
Even though I don't think it's her
she's gonna be like,
in her jurisdiction.
Why do you need to do this? My mom doesn't buy gifts, okay?
But she likes.
She's a generous person, but she doesn't like wrap a gift for you.
No, she like wraps her love and gives you advice, which is amazing. But yeah.
So yeah, I think that's the story. I'm excited for this chapter in my life, but I think I've been so overwhelmed that I really just want to take a moment and just like also like sit in being a fiance and enjoying it, you know, because the time is gonna go by so fast. And when we see, you know, it'll be the wedding, and then it's like, okay, we're married. You know?
And speaking of these overwhelming moments and how you were saying like, wow, like these memories, like they just like come and go and being present is so important. We're just going to have to come back to our roots. And your homework is to practice either meditating for 5 minutes in the morning. One of my favorite things to do right now, which has helped my mindfulness and staying present so much, is on the Calm app. There's something called the Daily J. It's Jay Shetty. He basically tells a story, and there's obviously a point to every story and a lesson that we can learn. And you do breath work during it. And I really like it in the morning, and I think it helps me stay mindful and present throughout the day, which will help us in these overwhelming times and bigger moments to be able to reflect and just absorb all of the emotions and memories that you're going through.
Yeah. Also, I would say to add to that homework is to take time for yourself and give yourself what you need. So for myself, for the last 2 weeks, since I was traveling and taking the plane, and then there's work and there's life, and then there's like this life-changing, you know, event, I've like been sleeping a little more. I haven't been going out. Like Friday, I went to bed at like 8.
Yeah.
Trying to sleep in on the weekends. I'm working out a little less. I'm going on walks instead of doing a class because I think I need to relax.
Yeah.
Because if not, I feel my body getting sick, and I'm already
We're both literally
a
sick
little
right
sick.
now.
But the point is, when you're overwhelmed, do the meditation, but also listen to your body and give yourself what you need. Don't keep trying to push because then you're going to take yourself. You're not supposed to take yourself to the next level and explode.
Yeah. Like resisting.
Like you can only handle so much right now. So try to fill your cup and not, you know.
Yeah.
I actually heard this yesterday. And then it's like, if you're not ready to like receive so much, like I went to a Kabbalah class and he was like, if you're like a light bulb and you hold 60 watts, you cannot inject 1,000 watts into it because the light bulb will shatter.
I love that.
It will shatter. So if you are only capable of holding 60, you know, it's 60, and then you want to grow your bulb and your watts so that you can get to 1,000, but you cannot just inject 1,000. It will literally break you. Too much energy is destructive. So with that is just take what you need and fill your cup slowly, and then you'll get back on track.
I really like that.
Yes.
I also think it has to do with like Mercury right now, like the same.
Oh, true. Yes.
We've been talking, and like there's just a very combative energy in the air.
Yes.
And if you find yourself, like we have definitely found ourselves being very combative the past week or so, and like a lot of like anxious and like crazy energy, and just like I wouldn't say lean into it, but try to like at least remove yourself from it and take a few.
No, I would say
breaths.
don't engage with it. Like,
Don't engage, but
yeah.
it's also like hard because it's hard sometimes.
It is, but if anything, be calmer in this moments, then try to accelerate. Like Mercury is not the time to accelerate.
Yeah.
It's a time to take a step back and be calm and like relax.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, cool, you guys. That was a lot.
Very good episode. So excited for my best friend in the world to get married. Let's do the damn thing. We have an engagement party on Saturday. Next is the batch where we party. And then bridal shower, wedding. So stay tuned. I'm sure Gio's going to be giving us lots of wedding updates. And
Of course I will.
yeah, very excited for this new chapter in her life.
Love you guys.
Love you guys. Ciao. Bye.
Ciao, bye.